All right, welcome in, race fans. Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Hales Corners Sim Racing Series. Tonight's special events on the docket. Drivers normally compete in the street stocks. And in the limited late models tonight, they will be competing in 305 wing sprint cars and 358 modifieds here at Cedar Lake. Non-points event for these guys. Just something fun over the holiday weekend for them to do. Next week, we'll be doing something a little different. I know they're going with the big blocks for one of the mods. And they'll be back here at Cedar Lake for that as well. So a lot of fun going on. Hope everybody had great holidays. Guys, we have reached the 10,000 followers mark, and next Saturday night on January the 2nd, 2021, we will have our 10,000 followers special event. We're going to get some special guests to come in and chat with us about racing, about Dirt Racing Network, about basically whatever. We're going to have a big block modified race at Knoxville, 75 laps for that feature, taking 60 sign-ups of anybody that has been on the Dirt Racing Network as a driver in any of the series. I've reached out to multiple league admins, let them know what was going on. Down to about 50 seconds here before they go to qualifying. Hello, Tim. Hello, Fuzz. Guys, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. I can see you. Got a 3/10 of a mile high bank oval. This place is a lot of fun to race on. I've run the big blocks, the UMPs, and some sprint cars on it, and it is a lot of fun to race on. Going to be interesting to see where these guys are going to run. I think with the sprint cars, you're probably going to run right at the very top or right at the very bottom, but only time will tell with the 305s. They're going to get ready to go to qualifying here, and that means it is time for our pre-race ceremonies.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, big thank you to the Foleys. That just jumped right out and got me there. Qualifying is just about in the books. All 17 cars now have posted a time. Looking at the 8 car of Peter Brees, taking a few extra laps here. He is the 7th quickest qualifier right now. Ryan Fisher, Nick Sobiek, and Reed Rundle, your 3 quick qualifiers. All three drivers under 13 seconds. So we will wait for a little bit of time to run out. I'm sure they're going over some last-minute instructions in their drivers' meeting. 17 drivers registered. That means that everybody is definitely making the feature tonight. I think we're going to have 2 heat races and a quick feature in this one. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Don't forget like, shares, and still need the follows. On to the next goal. We haven't decided exactly what that number is going to be yet, but we would definitely like to keep going forward. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch, hit subscribe. You'll know every time we go live. The Dirt Racing Network. After the first of the year, our schedule is going to expand a good bit, it looks like. Going to add about 4 or 5 more races each week to the series. So we'll be looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 9 to 11 every week from Sunday through Thursday. A mixture of just about everything now going to be on. I think we're lacking maybe a midget series now, but I think we're going to have a little bit of everything else on the network. Both Nick and Dominic and I are going to both be covering something just about every single night. All right. Qualifying has wound down. Let's see what we've got. 3 heat races on tap for you, it looks like. Cut it back. They just moved it up, made it into 2 heat races, so you're going to have about 9 and 8 cars in each heat race. We'll get ready to run through the starting lineup for heat race number 1. On the pole on the Scribbadub Car Wash, Black Flag Racing number 8 from Waterford, Wisconsin, Peter Brees, and on his outside in their one machine, J.J. Schilling. Second row on the inside, the Buddies Racing Equipment TDC Race Team number 43 from Oxford, Michigan, Reed Rundle. And on the outside of him in the Pincala Auto Solutions number 41, it's Ryan Fisher from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Third row inside the I-94 Raceway number 17, Slinger, Wisconsin's Dean Burnt. And on his outside in the Shark RC Bodies, Gross Racing and number 14 from Hartford, Wisconsin, Andy Gross. Fourth row inside, Corey Funk, the 21 car, the 99er Brandon Hull on his outside, and on the back row by himself in the CJR Pride of Tosa, number 64 from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, Randy Brunner. Well, hello to everybody there in the chat. I'm seeing people from YouTube and from Facebook channels. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. We're working on some special guests for our 10,000 followers. Got some giveaways for some fans, some prize packs from Tim Sims and some other places, and going to have some prizes for our drivers. Drivers will be racing for 10,000 pennies on Saturday night. First to 2 pace laps already in the book here. They'll be going green the next time they come out of turn 4. First time for these guys in the sprint cars here on the network, so this ought to be pretty exciting. They put on a great show in the street stocks and in the limited late models. All right, the pace truck going to pound the throttle down. He's going to get, I want the traction control that is on that pace truck. Green. Man, it would make this so much easier to race. The green flag is in the air. Heat race number 1 underway. Peter Brees trying to hold the bottom and keep the lead. Not going to work as Schilling. Looks like he is going to go to the top side. Take away a top spot heading into turns 1 and 2 for the second time now down the backstretch. Schilling on the high side, keeping it wound up. He's got the lead. Brees is hanging on to second. It looks like Fisher sliding around the top side into third as Reed Rundle trying to keep that 43 car down on the bottom. Trying to hang on to the 4th spot in front of Andy Gross. You guys working through turn 2 again. Working on a lap number 4 of 10. Peter Brees back to the top spot now as they got to the line. It's a good run for Peter there through the middle. He found some momentum, was able to take the spot back from Schilling. Now he's going to move the car up top. block into that line. Schilling with the slider. Nowhere to cut down, and Gross was already there as he had worked his way between cars. You can see 3-4 cars involved in this. That is going to shake things up significantly. It's going to leave Schilling with a giant lead out in front of Reed Rundle. Dean Burnt is going to earn his way up to the third spot, and Randy Brunner is going to inherit fourth. Brees got away in fifth, missing about half the front of that car. Then Hull got away, missing most of his car. Fisher, Gross, Funk, all to the pits. They're going to come down to 2 to go this time. Good run through the corner for Schilling. He is going to go through 3 and 4. White flag in the air one more time around. Rundle's trying to close the gap. He's just going to run out of time here as the checkered flag's in the air. Schilling will win heat race number 1. Reed Rundle second. Dean Burnt will come home third. Randy Brunner in fourth, and Peter Brace in fifth. Hull, Fisher, Gross, and Corey Funk all DNF. So, a lot of action. Quick heat race. We'll get ready to run through heat race number 2. Starting lineup looks like this. The Renegade race cars. Renegade Racing number 67 of R.J. Tackman from Hartford, Wisconsin on the pole, and on his outside, Katie Carlson, the 29. Row 2 inside the Shark RC car bodies, number 112 from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, Chris Johnson. On the outside of him, the RLV Faster Motors VLR, number 23 from Big Bend, Wisconsin, Nick Sobiak. Third row on the inside, the GB Restoration and Repair at number 77 from East Troy, Wisconsin, Gary Budzine. And on the outside of him in the 34 car, Dean Gagliano. And the final row on the inside, the Burnside Motorsports number 55 from Franklin, Wisconsin of John Burnside to his outside. The Sorens Ford number 11 from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, Ricky Johnson. Cedarburg, Wisconsin in the house. All right. Flint, Michigan. Cool. Good to see where everybody's from. All right, last on the pace track. He is going to get ready to accelerate really, really fast, and I wish I had his traction control because, man, can he get out of there on that muddy surface. But the green flag is in the air. Tackman was a little bit asleep, and Carlson kind of had the advantage getting to the line now. Those two close together down the backstretch, and Carlson uses the high side momentum to drive out in front. Tackman second, Sobiak sitting in the third, and Budzine moved his way into the fourth spot. Gagliano, Burnside, and Johnson rounding out the field. Here comes a slide job. Oh, a little contact there. Slide job from Sobiak on Tackman. He gets the job done. And Nick Sobiak up to second. Everybody chasing Caden Carlson right now. Down through turns 1 and 2, working lap number 4 of 10. Budzine's still in fourth behind Tackman. Looks like single file through the top side right now. Everybody trying to find a place they can make up any kind of real estate, but no one able to close the gap as they are staying about the same, about 3/4 to a half a second between different cars out there. 3/4 of a second from first to second. It's about a half a second on the rest of the way back. Halfway that time. Still Carlson out in front. Sobiak solidly into second after a great slide job. He's put a little bit of distance between himself and Tackman. Tackman's looking around for different lines, it seems. Not really finding much, and Budzine's trying to do the same thing, and neither one of them making any ground on anybody else. This time, 2 to go for Carlson. Around again. A white flag in the air. Looks like Caden Carlson's going to pick up the win in heat race number 2. Easy stroll in the park for him. Sobiak second, Tackman, Budzine, Gagliano, Johnson, Burnside, and Chris Johnson ends up running 8th in this one. Not sure what happened to him, but he was a little closer to the front at the start of that. So that is that, and it looks like we are going to do a B main for starting positions only. 7 cars scheduled to be out here. Burnside and Fisher in row 1. Johnson and Hall in row 2. Gross and Johnson, that's Chris Johnson, in row 3. And then Corey Funk on the back. All the drivers going to transfer through. Everybody's going to the feature. This is just for starting positions. All right, lights off on the pace truck. You'll accelerate away down here in turns 3 and 4. These 7 cars just racing for their starting position in the feature tonight.
Green flag, green
flag in the air. Good start for Burnside out in front. Give himself a pretty good cushion going into 3 and 4 for the first time. He's going to lead lap 1. Oh, Ricky Johnson. Little out of shape right there, and he's going to lose 2, 3 off, make it 4 spots. Go from 2nd to 6th really quick. Ryan Fisher now in the 41 with a slide job in 3 and 4. Can he hang on to the spot? Good momentum for him. He leads that lap, but here comes Burnside again. I got a little too sideways in 2, so he'll relinquish that spot. Make it Fisher, Burnside. Chris Johnson all the way up to 3rd now. He's trying to make a run on the top side to get to 2nd. Good momentum line for him. He goes around Burnside, picks up 2nd. Burnside back to 3rd, and Hull is right there going to challenge for that spot. He's got challenge on the bottom, too. Andy Gross down there, and Andy got the tires. Had to check the car up pretty hard to keep it underneath him, and it moves him all the way back to the 7th position back here. They've got him stuck down on the bottom, and I just don't think there's a whole lot going on until this track slicks off. There's not much going on down on the bottom of this track right now. Little contact. Johnson and Funk back there. Funk upside down. Johnson rolling away slowly. That moves Burnside and Gross into a battle for 4th. Now Gross has it. Burnside back to 5th. We'll go up to the front and see if Johnson's made up any ground here. 5 to go this time. Still Ryan Fisher out in front. Brandon Hull went a little wide in 2 that time. Got up in the marbles. Quickest car that time around. Andy Gross, 4th place machine. Just don't think there's enough time for him to get up here and mount any kind of challenge in this top 3. You're going to see Hull maybe put a challenge on Johnson for 2nd. We're running out of laps. 2 to go this time. They just keep pushing the marbles further and further up the track. Trying to get into that banking and use that for some momentum. And Hull got a good run that time down the backstretch. Just needs to keep it close. Maybe throw that slider here on the final lap of this B main. Maybe got a shot at it right here. No chance that time. Didn't take it in there the right angle. Fisher is going to win it. Johnson 2nd, Hull 3rd, Gross in 4th, then Burnside, Ricky Johnson, and Corey Funk. So we're going to put 17 of them out here for the feature. And they will line up like this. Be Tackman and Burnt on the front row. Sobiak and Rundle in row 2. Carlson, Schilling, row 3. Brunner and Budzine in row 4. Row 5, Brees and Gagliano. Ryan Fisher, Chris Johnson out of that B main in the 6th row. 7th row, Hull and Gross. Burnside and Ricky Johnson in the 8th row. And the 9th row is going to be Corey Funk by himself. So 30 laps on the board. Get a good look at these cars as they start to roll away here. View across the pond and past the fountain. Don't forget second show. They will be in the 358 mods here at Cedar Lake. Going to be about 40 minutes from now. So have a little break between session 1 and session 2. Tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, Dominic Santino will be back in the booth with you. Dirt Slingers, Monday Night Thunder. Guys are going into round number 7. Green flag is in the air. Side by side start in almost every single row. We'll see if Tackman can hang on to the lead. Got good drive off the bottom out of 2, and he is going to extend out in front of everybody else. Here comes Sobiak with a good run. He takes second. Sobiak getting a little more aggressive each and every time on track, and it's starting to pay off for him as he made a great move there to come all the way to second on lap number 2. Now he's got the 67 car in his sights. See if he can run him down. Carlson, Burnt, and Rundle in a great battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then Gary Budzine right there, that 77 machine. Working on the 6th position in front of Fisher. And Fisher's just going a touch higher each and every time. See if he's got something. There's Rundle with the slide job across the nose on Burnt. Burnt crossed him over pretty good. Caution. 55 machine back here. Looks like he got into a little something at some point. This may not necessarily be for him. Nope, it was not. It was going to be Randy Brunner that ended up sideways. All right, there clips the tires. Oh, car over. Gets a little clip. Now ends up back on its wheels. So the 64 car. Now the 11 car also is in the pit. So we've already lost 2 of our 17. All right, top 10, Tackman, Soviet, Carlson, Burnt, Rundle, Budzine, Fisher, Hull, Gagliano, and Schilling. Five laps into this one. All right, field form back up. You'll see the pace truck accelerate out in front here. Right there he goes. Green flag back in the air. Tackman didn't get nearly as good a start this time. It looks like Sobiak may have the advantage. Coming out of turn 2, Nick Sobiak to the point. So Tackman led the first 5. Sobiak is going to lead lap number 6. Tackman behind that. Carlson still in 3rd. Rundle, Burnt. Now Budzine's working 3 wide on the outside of Rundle and Burnt, trying to get 4th. Good run this time off the top side. He moves himself into 4th at the line. That time, if he can stay up there, he may be in 3rd when we come down the front stretch the next time. Carlson trying to shut the door. A little too late. Contact behind. Cars going around.
All right, man.
Everybody. And I have to check them up now. Got a lot of cars that are going to get back into different positions here. We'll go back and watch this. I'm going to say that Schilling tapped Burnt, and that started a chain reaction with Gagliano and Peter Brees. Brees ends up running through the infield there, so... Take a look and see who ended up where. Yeah, Peter Brees is joining the back of the field now. Not too much of a change. Sobiak, Tackman, now Budzine in third. Carlson and Rundle rounding out your top five there. Well, thank you for tuning in, Chase. All right, going to get 2 by 2 again. We're ready for the restart. Going to be on lap 10, so 21 laps still remaining. Schilling and Fisher side by side in row 4. Couple of quick cars normally in here. Good restart out in front. Tackman now is going to try to take advantage. He cut down just a little out of 2. Nothing doing there is Budzine. Now moves the 77 car up the hill in front of Carlson. Rundle and Hull still battling over 4th and 5th now. Carlson lost another spot. He's going to go back to 5th. He's going to have to battle with Hull. Move Reed Rundle into position number 4. The top 3 are nose to tail, and they're starting to get away from 4th just a little bit. Budzine waiting for a mistake by Tackman. Not a whole lot he can do. They're still single file line. 12 down, 18 to go. Carlson got in front of Fisher. Fisher got around Hull. Now Fisher goes to the top side, and he's going to make it work out of turn number 4. Move Ryan Fisher into the 5th spot. Caden Carlson all the way back to 6th already. Just about 3 laps into this restart. Nick Sobiak took the lead on the lap number 6. Working lap 15, has not given that back. Oh, there's a mistake by Rundle. He did the slider line, lost momentum out of 4, and that moved Fisher around him, at least for the moment. Now Rundle trying to keep it on the bottom. That's not going to work for him. You might lose a spot to Carlson. Gave up the spot to Fisher. Carlson got to the inside. Couldn't do anything there. So Rundle is 5th. Carlson is 6th. Brandon Hull now has the top side. I think Mr. Rundle may have to take that 43 car all the way to the top if he's going to have any shot at staying in the top 5 on this one. He does just that, as the top 4 now are nose to tail in the single file line. A lot of bumping and grinding going on. Car gets moved up the hill. Budzine had to take it to the fence. That's going to open the door for Ryan Fisher in the 41. Now, does he slam the door? Oh, Rundle got a little wide and got into the left rear.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Reed Rundle got wide out of 2. Got into the left rear of Budzine right there. You put the right front on it, hits the fence. That is going to pretty much put the 43 car on the hook and keep him in the pits. So tough race number 1 for him. So we will take a look. Yeah, the lineup not necessarily correct. It's Sobiek, Tackman, Fisher, Budzine, Hull, Carlson, Chris Johnson, J.J. Schilling, Peter Brees, and Corey Funk. As the top 10 ticker locks as soon as the caution comes out, and it still scored the 43 car there in the 5th position. Coming down to it, about 11 to go when we get the green. As we have the lights off on the pace truck, we're going to form them up 2 by 2. Get ready to go green out of 4 again.
Green, green, green.
Nick Sobiak, good start. Once again, the inside. Working for the 23 machine now. He's 3 wide down the backstretch. Contact with Tackman. There goes Fisher.
Right,
there goes Hull.
Out.
We kind of watched that happen live right there, but let's go see if we can get a closer look. 41 car. See the contact there, and then into the inside fence. You see Hull's car into the outside fence. All of that off contact from the guys that were 3 wide coming out of turn 2. So turning into a bit of a war of attrition with 10 to go. Sobiak, Tackman, Budzine, Carlson, Johnson, Schilling, Brees, Funk, Andy Gross now in the top 10, and Dean Gagliano. Dean Burnt, John Burnside rounding out the field. Fisher, Hull, Rundle, Brunner, and Ricky Johnson all on the trailer. They're going to get the 358 mods ready to go for the next session. I believe we are formed up 2 by 2. We're going to get ready to go green again here out of turn 4. 10 laps to go.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Down into turns 1 and 2, side by side. When they come out of 2, Sobiek has the lead. Tackman in behind that. Then Johnson and Budzine side by side for third. Budzine able to drive away off the top side. He holds down that third position right there. Caden Carlson around the top side gets around Chris Johnson. Well, move him to 4th. Johnson is 5th. Battle at the front. Tackman took a peek out of 4. Nothing available for him as he had to lose a little ground. Check the car up when it got sideways. That opens it up as Sobiek starts to get away from the field. 67 car, just a little on the wiggly side off the exits of the corners, but man, he's quick through the middle. Just can't keep the car straight underneath him. Going to be tough to find a place to pass. You're going to have to throw a big slider here. You're going to have to stick it and make it work. Down to 6 to go that time. Tackman, good run off the exit of the corner. Here comes that slide job I was talking about. He's going to move it up. Double moves it right there. Slid it up to one line, then slid it the rest of the way out, trying to force that 23 to commit to going to the high side. And Sobiek said, not going to happen this time, buddy. And he goes right back to the top. Here we go again. Slide job city from these two. 4 to go. Oh, Sobiek a little bit too aggressive with the slider. That opens the door up for Tackman. Now Tackman out in front. 3 to go that time by Sobiek, then Budzine, and Chris Johnson into 4th, J.J. Schilling into 5th. Tackman starting to get away now. Found some rhythm, found some speed, figured out where the sticky stuff is. Sobiek starting to falter, and Budzine took a look. Contact between those two. Now that's going to check everything up. Here comes Chris Johnson putting pressure on for second. Sobiek out of the picture. White flag in the air. Tackman out in front, cruising to an easy win. Who's going to get second and third? Chris Johnson right now on to the bottom, hanging on to second. Gary Budzine off the top. He hangs on to third, so Tackman wins it. Oh, somebody else got moved. So Tackman, Budzine, and Carlson top 3. I don't know what happened to Chris Johnson. So we'll get the top 3 to come around. We'll get them to pull in here on the front stretch for us so we can chat with them. There's Tackman. There's the Budzine. We're waiting for Carlson, I guess, to come around. Let's pause it right there. Let's see what we can do with a little camera action here. No, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Let's see how far we can let this guy go. There's a good shot. We can take that one right there. All right. Let's see. Is Carlson in our chat? I don't think he joins the chat, so. We may not get a chance to talk to Caden Carlson, but we do know that he finished third tonight. Let's get around on the front stretch here and see what we can do. I'm just not happy with any of this. Yeah, I need to set some better camera angles up for this, apparently. There we go. Here's a good one. All right, let's get Gary Budzine in here and talk to him. Gary Budzine, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, sir.
Well, a good run for you tonight there. I'm not sure what happened at the very end of that thing, but you are scored as coming home in second. 3:05 sprint cars, you're kind of a deal, huh?
Nah, I just got lucky.
Well, you had to complete all 30 laps, so I don't know how much luck was involved in that.
Well, I feel really bad because I pinched off Nick there at the end. I tried throwing a slide job on him. I just didn't have the support.
Well, you know, all in all, I mean, a new track, something that a lot of the guys haven't seen much of, and you put this car that you guys don't normally run out here, and so kind of expected things to be a little more chaotic, and it actually was a pretty clean race overall.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I say, I felt really bad. I'm the guy who beats up on these guys every week for driving sloppy, and then I go and do something like that.
Well, it kind of happens sometime, but still a great run. You come home second in this one. What are you thinking for the 358s?
It should be a good time. I think those cars are a little slower on this track. I think they're about a second slower. It'll be interesting.
All right, man. Give us some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get prepped for the next one.
Well, I want to thank Scrub-A-Dub Car Wash and GB Restoration and Repair, Quality Custom Framing. And I want to thank everybody, all the guys, for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you in the next one, buddy.
All righty, sir. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Second place finisher, Gary Budzine. Let's get tonight's winner up here. R.J. Tackman, 67 machine. You there, sir?
Yes, I am.
All right, man. Well, a great run. You had the lead. You lost the lead. You got it back. You come home on the top step of the podium. Tell us a little bit about your feature race tonight.
I started out on the I didn't think I was going to do much. I don't have a lot of seat time in the sprint cars, and I definitely don't have a lot of seat time here at Cedar Lake. But I think I held my own. I was trying to run the top, be smooth, stay out of trouble. I figured I'd let these guys just get under me and get by. I ended up just working out that I was smooth enough tonight, and I had some really great racing with Nick Sobiek. We went back and forth there for a bit, and it was some pretty good racing. It sucks to see that he didn't make the top three tonight. But overall, I think this was a great race for me. It's my first top three all season long with the Hales Corners guys, so I'm ecstatic to be here.
Well, what are your feelings heading into the race in the 358s here in just a little bit?
I'm excited for them. Again, I don't have a lot of seat time in them, but I'm feeling pretty confident with the 358 modifieds. I think I might be able to do something with them tonight. I think Cedar Lake and the 358s are going to be a really good combo. I think there's going to be some great racing in a little bit.
All right, man. Well, fantastic run. Some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get ready for race number 2.
All right. I'd like to thank Renegade Racing and Renegade Race Cars. Putting those cars together in real life, they helped me out a ton. And then Garage Force of Waukesha, they've been a big help in the real racing and iRacing. And then Berlin Beck and Everflow, they've been some great sponsors. And so is Reed Rundell with painting a bunch of my cars. He's actually working on a few for me right now.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and good luck out there in the second show.
Alrighty, thank you.
Your winner, R.J. Tackman. That will get us ready to go to the final results. Tackman wins it. Budzine second. Carlson was third. Schilling fourth. Brees fifth. Nick Sobiak falls back to sixth after a great top 2 run all night long for him. Andy Gross in seventh. Dean Gagliano eighth. Dean Burnt in ninth. Corey Funk 10th. 11th to John Burnside. Chris Johnson 12th. Ryan Fisher 13th. Brandon Hall 14th. Reed Rundle was 15th. Randy Brunner 16th. And Ricky Johnson rounded out the field. So, they're going to reset the track. We are going to have 358 modifieds in about, let's call it 30 minutes. We're ready to go. We'll go live here about 5 minutes after the top of the hour for everybody. Second show coming up, like I said, and tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder. 360 wing sprint cars. They're around number 7 of their super long 18-week season. Fixed setup series for those guys tomorrow night. Dominic Santino will be on the call, so don't forget to tune in for that. But I will be back here in just a little bit. If you can't make it back, thanks for joining us. Keep it dirty till we see you the next time.